As a former atheist, I can now conclusively say that there is a higher power. Now, whether you call it God, the universe, the simulation, or the Truman Show, I don't know what it is, and I didn't ask for a spiritual awakening. I wasn't seeking a spiritual awakening. I just happened to get one, and I couldn't get away from it. Now, I'll explain that more in these videos later, but for the intro, the main point of this website is to share my observations of society, because I see all kinds of hypocrisy and nonsense, and it's been boggling my brain for about 5 years how people can not see this. Like, some of the observations that I've made are just like, it boggles the brain, and I will share them as I remember them on this website. And also, I know I'm not the only person going through a spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call that. And luckily, I had somebody around that told me, you're not crazy. And that kept me on the right track. I did some things to test the boundaries. I'll share those too. But luckily, she was there to tell me, you're not crazy. And after about 10 or 11 months, I can finally conclusively say that I'm not crazy. And I can say that I'm not crazy because most of the time when I say things, I understand the other person's perspective fully. I can predict what they're going to say because most of their excuses are programmed, or they haven't done the research themselves. So if you're going to combat what I have to say, except for space and celestial objects, that's not my thing, then I guarantee you, I have researched your entire point. I'm simply adding to your perspective and giving you some sort of reasonable doubt. And I want people to think beyond what they're allowed to think, because I think if there's a purpose to being here on Earth, whatever it is, it could be you're supposed to defeat fear and self-doubt. And if this illusion is here, it's to lead you in the wrong direction and see if you can make it back. And if you follow along, I guarantee I can get you to think outside the box. There are an incredible amount of inconsistencies in our history, in architecture, in just the hypocrisy in politics and culture and society. I'll point out a lot of things, and I'll also share my spiritual awakening because I can't move forward directing people's attention towards materialism. For some reason, I have a block there. So I'm going to try and share my perspective and see if that helps anybody. Support it if you want. You can become a member, but it's all the same. So do whatever you want. I don't care. You can talk all the shit you want. It only helps me, but I'm not going to explain why.